This video is brought to you by ProBoxingSupplies.com, where you can receive 25% off your purchase now, and PowerPerformanceProducts.com, where you can receive $10 off your purchase of Body Storm and Body Effects.
Be patient, and then he threw a jab, and then I knew the next time he threw a jab, I could come right over the top of it, and that's what happened.
Did you see that opening right then and there, or did you see it in film before the fight?
No, I just right then and there, I could feel it was a push jab versus being like a snappy jab.
Roy, where does this put you now? I mean, this was a big win. You came in, a lot of people were saying this was a must-win for you, but, where does this put you in the top 10 of heavyweights?
I'm still trying to figure out who said this is a must-win. The thing is, you put me in with anybody, and I can guarantee they will never want to fight me again. I'll win 99 out of 100. I'll give you 1%.
Take us to the end where you connected. Did you know it was over right then?
As soon as I knew I hit him and I saw him twirl, then I knew it was going to be over, and then I was just waiting for Steve to come get me.
Yeah. Do you feel at this point, though, that, you're knocking on the door to a title contention?
You know what? We'll have to watch, with JDS and Frank, but I think I was probably the only one that gave JDS a run for his money.
It's true.
So it's, I think anybody has, anybody's number any night of the week, but I know I can win 99 out of 100.
Yeah.
What about, I'll just say, so much of this fight was Junior Dos Santos, the heavyweight champion, against the local guy, Frank Mir, but you're also, you talked about the fans and the crowd. Were you feeling some local love out there?
No, the fans are here for me, not really for them. If you come to see, you can probably hear the cheers. They're only cheering because they're seeing something shiny. It's kind of like a woman, with a diamond.
Do you feel that local love? Just being a product in your own backyard?
I always feel all the love, even from the local side. But half those fans out there are all international that come, just to come to Vegas just to watch a good fight.
Does this mean 205 is out of the question?
205 is always that's retirement money though. You see people on like Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and stuff. Charles Barkley, he losing weight just to make some money. I'm the same way.
Speaking of losing, are you going to lose the beard, or are you just going to keep that thing going until some birds build a nest in that?
You know what? I just trimmed it literally 5 days ago. So, I try to keep it healthy.
Yeah, nice.
How much of this win had to do with the beard, right?
You know what? None. The fans love the beard, they love the hair, and then all the guys that complain about it, it's just because they can't grow it. And I'm not here. See, the thing is, I don't have hair on my chest or on my back. Usually, the guys that can't grow it here they have hair everywhere else.
You think Dana White likes it a little more after that performance?
No, because he's still envious.
Talk about your weight. You came in here, I think you weighed in 254. I've covered you for your career a long time, and you look great. Is this about where you want to be moving forward? Is that the ideal weight around that ballpark?
You know what? Whatever weight I use to come in, whatever I'm gonna feel. I started going down, and then we were talking about going down to 205, so I started going down, but then I was fighting Bigfoot, so then we got to come back up, because he's a bigger guy. So for myself, I just wanted to go in there and just whatever feels comfortable. As long as I'm under 265, who cares?
Yeah.
Roy, you talked beforehand, you told me that you would like to see a heavyweight tournament. Do you think UFC would ever go for a heavyweight tournament?
You saw what happened on this card with the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Oh, can't fight him, can't fight. I think a heavyweight tournament would be good. I think it'd be like Pride Grand Prix. I think a lot of people would be more involved. It's one of those things that anytime a tournament can happen, you can have the Cinderella story. Probably next week or if there was a tournament, you could see Pee Wee actually, get through almost all the way to the, the finals, and then he would have to face me again, and then he'd lose, But it gives that chance for the guy down here to get a chance because it takes the politics out of the game, and when there's a lot of politics in our sport. And it's not about, who's number one, who's number two. It's really about, what the fans want to see. But, that's one thing I love about NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, is at the end, you do really good, and then you go into a tournament format, and then whoever wins those games is the ones that actually count.
You talked about the future. How is your relationship with UFC? Do you feel confident you'll be in this organization going forward?
It's fans want to see me, so it doesn't really matter if it's here or Dream or Joe Schmo's public wrestling or whatever. It doesn't matter. Fans are the ones that pay the bills. They're just the middleman that takes the money and then distributes it.
Does that mean we could see you in another organization, maybe?
If the UFC doesn't want me, I'm more than happy to fight. You know, the only reason why I'm actually here at the UFC is because that's where the best heavyweights are. At one time, I wasn't with the UFC because the best heavyweights weren't with the UFC. Now they're all in the UFC, so that's why I'm here.
That's a good point. I mean, a lot of people at one point said, you know, the UFC heavyweight division is one of the weakest divisions in the organization. How much has that changed here in the past few years?
You know, the UFC heavyweight division is probably the stackedest because, you know, when they bought Strikeforce, brought all the heavyweights over. The only like heavyweight that's kind of like out there right now is pretty much Fedor. Everybody else is owned by the UFC. So
Not Bob Sapp?
not Bob Sapp. Bob Sapp was I think he's in those movies.
Mark Hunt is a guy that really I would love to see you against. You guys both have great chins. He's obviously been moving up towards title contention. That seems like a fight that would get you back, you know, moving up the ranks as well.
You know what? I wouldn't actually want that fight with Mark Hunt because I don't want to take you know, Struve was in my locker room, and Struve actually wants that fight next. So he actually called for it and says, I still want to make that fight happen. That's what fans wanted to see in the first place, but you got LeVar. So I think he just really wants to make that, you know, fight actually happen. So I wouldn't want the fight with Mark Hunt.
So who do you want?
I'll take whoever the fans actually want me to fight. You know, I'll take the black guy on the website that says TBA. I'm okay with that guy too.
I think that's Thiago Alves silhouette.
Yeah, no, Bigfoot was even that guy for a minute. So like anybody that's in the UFC is supposed to be the best in the world, and that's who I want to fight.
Roy, when you made contact, could you tell you hurt him?
As soon as I hit him, I saw him drop. So that's how I knew he was hurt.
This video is brought to you by Boss Rutan's O2 Trainer and Fight Me, a fearless expression. What are you willing to fight for?
Godspeed and party on.